Okay. Am I live? Cool. I'm just gonna check the volume real quick because this game's loud. I had to volume mix on the fly. Yeah, volume sounds good. I don't know why this game's so loud and has no volume settings, but that's just how it is. So that's what we gotta deal with. I found this game entirely because of Alfred Gold, and then currently they're on a Suikalike kick. So here I am playing Suika. Also, if you haven't played this game, all the fruit have faces, including the cherries. It's just kind of hard to see them on a small screen, like what I'm sure is the case there. No. I don't think any of them are angry in this mode. No, that's only in the Halloween set, I think. Oh no, the strawberries. Never mind. There he is. I forgot the strawberries are the angry ones. Alright, I dropped that. I dropped that. Use that to push that. Let physics do their job. Okay, you go there. Go there. No, 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 no. Thank you. You go here. You go here. I don't know why I'm playing as safe as I'm playing right now. Don't need to yet. Stay over there. Maybe I could have been playing a little safer. Maybe that would have been wise. Oh. Well. Well. I do gotta get good at the trick shots. Oop. Ow. Ow. Oop. Ow. Okay. Doing a lot of things. I don't know how. You know what? Never mind. I was gonna say I don't know how good those things are, but then suddenly everything collapsed into something good? Question mark. Hmm. 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 Alright, that went worse than expected, but I can recover, maybe. Just give it enough room. Thank you. Okay, I got a pineapple. It's not the best pineapple setup I've had, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad yet. Okay. 2 pineapples that are very far away right now. I'm gonna let physics do its job. Oh, physics, you do it. Keep sliding it. I think physics is done. Okay, never mind. Physics is going the other way. Done yet. I think it's still moving. I can see that it's still rotating. Alright, I think... No, movement's not done. It's still sliding. It's still rotating. What are you doing? Maybe if I do this, it'll be good? It might have been good. What if I do this? Oh, that's bad. It's going the opposite of good. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, maybe I can slide it by having pressure on both sides. No! That is bad. That is not good. That is in fact the opposite of good. I know, and it's funny, having watched a bunch of Alfred Gold stuff, because they've done like this, like past like week has been their Suikalike week. They have only been playing games like this and its clones. This one is probably the best executed of all of them. A lot of them forget that there's more to it than just dropping the things, but like that those things should have distinct shapes so that even without the colors, you know what they are. Like because like other games would have ones where it's like, it's just too similar. And it just doesn't work as well because it's like, it's harder to read what pieces you have or what pieces you're working with. And that's a really underrated aspect of this type of puzzle game, is just readability. And a lot of the games fall short on that. Like this game, and it's crazy that this is the first one because every knockoff Suika game I've seen, every Suikalike that has been featured on their channel, other than this one, has been a lot harder to read. I think the easiest was probably Whale Game. And Whale Game is just... it's Suika, but it's whale that you're trying to get to, and each of the pieces, instead of having a perfectly circular hitbox, has a hitbox based on the shape of the like object you're dropping. It's not a fruit, it's like a fish, or I think you can have a jellyfish as one of the small ones. Eventually you get like a dolphin and a turtle and a crab and stuff like that. And like they're all mostly different shapes, they're all mostly different colors, or if they're similar colors, they're like very different sizes. And so it's like the readability just is pretty good. And the game differentiates itself by having it so that it's not just a matter of like trying to be, you know, exactly identical, and it instead tries to feature like unique shape types and stuff like that and do things with those. You know, it extends the concept beyond just like, oh, the colors are different and they look very visually different. Like they're all circular, like circular-ish for the most part, but they have like different stems and different leaves and different things that make them unique. Whereas in Whale Game, they're entirely different. Like their properties aren't just different in terms of size and weight, they're different in shape. And over time, like ones that are under pressure will shrink and can still merge with ones like it's a lot more complex, but I think they do a really good job expanding on the concept. They also made it have a competitive online mode that you can play with friends, where it's like, oh, if you match enough pieces, you'll get junk pieces. Like it's just like Battle Tetris style. Like they did such an amazing job branching out beyond what Suika's concepts were, which were just making a really good 2048 style like puzzle game that's physics based, and it just expanded into something that was like very different. But I think there are aspects of it that I think it doesn't do as well that are like better done in something like Suika. Um, a lot of the games also, it's like the physics are weird. Like they don't allow things to slide as much. Things are like really heavy, and get in the way of each other more often than they help each other. You can't rely on things pushing. They just kind of lock into place. So it's like there's a lot of aspects of this game that are like so finely tuned that other games trying to replicate it always seem to like mess up. Yeah, like this game has like such simple mechanics. I think that yeah, that is a big strength to this one, and that's why I think that like Whale Game isn't a direct competitor in my eyes. It's like it's its own thing. It's its own thing that's the same genre, and it does a really good job making itself unique. By having more complex mechanics, but at the same time, oh, there we go. Like it has more complex mechanics, but at the same time, it is still relatively simple, and it doesn't overcomplicate itself, and it does a good job making its physics feel good still. Probably the worst one I've seen was there's another one that was fruit based where it was like it was poorly drawn. I feel like it was partially a joke, but it was just like all of the art was bad and unappealing to look at. The fruits were often wildly different shapes, which was good, but they didn't factor in an essential part of the fruits being wildly different shapes, being that they should also still look larger. Because they had some that had larger hitboxes, but it was because like, oh, there's a stem, and the stem was factored in, was inside the hitbox, unlike in this game where it's like the cherry, the pineapple, the apples, like all of their stems stick off of their hitbox. It's not inside the hitbox. So it's like there's like a, in that game there was like a, so they had a pear. That was the other thing. The fruits were a lot less interesting choices. Like they just had like a pear, and the pear came after the apple, which in this game turns into the Asian pear, which is a cross of a pear and an apple. So it's like it's a different fruit than what they chose. But because like most of them were very similar fruits, like they chose to specifically replicate what Suika's fruits were instead of doing something different. Except for that like pear. And I think the mandarins were something different. I can't remember what they were. But so like the pear was larger than the apple, but it didn't look larger than the apple because its stem was longer, and the stem was, but the hitbox was circumscribed around that stem. So the pear just looked smaller, but had a larger hitbox for no reason. And then the physics just didn't allow for things to slide around. You would like put something in and it wouldn't work, and it would just be like, well, okay. That was also an issue in, I think it was Cat Game, I think it was what it was called, which was very similar to this in terms of, you know, each piece looked very distinct color-wise because they just took different cat patterns. And if they had a similar pattern, they were far apart and still had enough differences. But in that one, they were all basically the same shape. They all had, you know, a circular hitbox, which is good if you're trying to make the physics slide things around nicely without what like Whale Game does, where like pieces will shrink. And like it had the downside though of like the pieces were different colors and stuff like that. It was a lot less visually interesting because they were all the exact same shape. They were all a rounded cartoon cat. Like, and every time it was just the face. There was no extraneous detail to it. It was just always the face, and it didn't look as nice. It was way less visually appealing, and despite being relatively polished, it's like it was just worse Suika game. And it's like, at that point, if you're making a game based on another game and your goal is just ends up being make a worse version, or I guess the final product is just a worse version, but otherwise very similar, it's like you didn't make something unique, you just made a worse replica. And it's like, you gotta, if you want to make something that's gonna like be based on something, you have to either do something original with it, or like, I guess you have to do something original with it or do it very well. And that one did it less well and didn't do something super original, so it just ended up kind of falling flat. Whereas Whale Game is a little less polished, I would say, in some aspects, but is in other aspects like very distinct, I guess. So it's like that kind of offsets some of the meh aspects. Oh, okay. Gonna give it a little time because they're sliding. Yeah, and it's like, I feel like that's just such an important part, is like, at this point is a very quickly, because so many people wanted to cash in on it, it became a very quickly saturated market of games that are like this game. And it's like, so many of them are just a worse version, and it's like, you're just knockoff Suika game, and that's not the niche you want to fill, is being just another knockoff when it's such an oversaturated market. But you know, I've seen some that like try to do something really unique but still fail on like other aspects. Like, one of them is called Cake Game. Cake Game is 3D. So it's like a jar and you're filling it with like pastries and cakes and stuff like that. And that one, like, it has the downside of being just too easy, because they didn't think about how when you take a game that's designed in 2D and add a third dimension, you have so much more space. You know, and it's like, they tried to do some things to make it harder, like you can shrink the size of the jar to play in hard mode. But like, it's a game that on normal difficulty, like not on hard mode, you can literally like, if you play on the normal difficulty setting, you can beat the game just by pressing the button to like drop, just like dropping like this, just straight down, no movement, and you can within like a couple minutes get a cake, just because of the nature of the game being that it has, you know, so much more space for things to move around in. And also because things don't immediately burst, because it also like they slowly grow when they merge. They don't just like pop into one larger one, because in 3D it doesn't work as nicely. Like you need the extra polish in 3D. So the way they had to do it was they had to like ease it in, so it's like when they merge, it slowly expands into the new shape. And with that, you get sort of this like I guess it makes it a little easier. Like things don't explode upwards as much unless it's just they're getting squished against like the walls. I've yet to see a 4D version. But like I was thinking yesterday about like what are some like unique Suika-like games that haven't been made yet? Like what are some options for ones that don't exist? And as I was thinking about it, I was like, one that came to mind was sort of something using still 2D, but using more than like a linear drop, like something where you're putting the pieces in and they're moving. So it was like the example I thought of was like, think of like a busy crosswalk. And it would be like you start and you have like a small child, and the child walks back and forth in like a straight line. And then if they like walk into someone they can't merge with, they go around and continue walking in a straight line. And then if they like hit someone that's like the same height, you know, two children touch, and then boom, now they grow. Instead of going around each other, they just grow into like a larger person, and continue walking down that path that they were walking. But that you could, because it's like I'm imagining something like I think it's like Shibuya Crossing in Japan, where it's like a crosswalk that crosses in like a plus shape, so people are going in two different directions on this crosswalk. And so I'm imagining like you could pick which of the four walls you want to start the person walking. When they're younger, they move faster. And when they get older, they're like a little larger, but they move slower. And that was kind of what I imagined. Instead of having them be heavier, it would just be like movement speed differences. That was like one version I thought of. Another one that I thought of was like a traffic sim Suikalike, where you start, so there's like multiple different paths, like it's like a street structure, and there's multiple streets that like kind of intertwine, and if they get to an intersection and the car in the intersection that's going through it, like they would hit, but it's like a different one, they stop, like they're at like a stop sign. And if it's one that they could merge with, they'll just drive through, merge, and whichever one was doing the colliding, like whichever one would kind of be at fault in the car accident, would be the one that would continue as a larger vehicle. So like, and then you would be picking which path, you know, a car would start on, like which road are they driving on, like which loop. And your goal would be to obviously not create a full traffic jam, like make it so that they can continuously merge into each other. Now obviously that is a very strange concept for one, but I was just like trying to think of like what hasn't been done that's very unique. Because at this point, like anything Suika style has been done. Where it's like, oh, you're just dropping fruits in a thing. It's like, oh, dropping fish in a thing, dropping cats in a thing, dropping 3D cakes in a thing. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Though it is true, there has not been an Angry Birds Suika-like. That is a genre that has untapped potential there. I don't know how that one would work. Whoa! Oh my god, just by sheer chance. By sheer chance, they bounced in a way that gave me my first watermelon. Live on stream. Alright, well I won, that's it. GG's. 27 minutes in. Alright. Goodbye. Okay. Well, I was not expecting to get this far. I thought today I would just be sitting here and playing aimlessly with no watermelons. I don't know what happens. I mean, I imagine I can't get another watermelon, so now I'm just playing for score. But I want to know, how did I get a watermelon here, but yet I have not beaten my best score? No. No, those grapes just ruined that chance of that merging. Okay, I'm just gonna let that slide in. That's true. That is my favorite moment. Also, how wowie is the part of Mario Wonder you're at right now? Is it very wowie, lightly wowie, still more zowie? I guess I should have realized that wouldn't just push down, but hey, I did get my highest overall score. Now what do I do? It's 30 minutes into the stream that I was expecting to just play this game, never beating it, but here I am. Could take a screenshot of that, I guess. Oof. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had heard that. Oh no, I'd heard that specifically was like the final. I don't know if it was the final lap or not, but I think that's what I'd heard. If I'm thinking of the right thing. from the online discourse. So I'm gonna say that's more owie. You merge. You merge. You merge. You merge. You merge. You go down. You merge. You merge. You merge. Go down. You merge. Alright, so I'm gonna drop that there. That there. Oh, oh, hey! That's pretty clean. I don't know what my plan was with that. Oh. Oh no. Well, that is, yeah, no, I can see how that would be a bit annoying. That's insane. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna toss this here, toss this here, toss this here, toss this here. You go down. Oh, that's gonna merge, that's gonna merge. Okay. Okay, that's all. Oh my god. It's all sticking around. It's probably better for me to toss that there. That there, toss that. Slide you down, that merges. Oh, okay, if I can start weighing this down, or my first normal melon. Get down, get down. Yes, okay. Here, you go down there. Okay. No, I actually wanted you to go the other way. Okay, now it's sliding. Now it's going. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna slide until that merges. Okay, I'll toss it here. Jam that there, I guess. Probably for the best. Okay, let things settle. Should let things settle for a bit. Don't like how close that is to the top. No! No, I should have known. I should have known. Oh, I should have known. There's no good way. So now I'm like, do I do something different? Because I was expecting that I could just play this and play this and play this, you know, knowing that I was, you know, not going to reach a watermelon. But now I hit my peak. I'm just going downhill. I thought I could just start and just slowly get better over the course of the stream. Maybe hit a watermelon, but here I am, immediately failing at that goal. Fine, I'll keep going. I got like at least one more in me here. Oh, that's a little tricky. No, that's fine, because now I can... Oh, never mind. Ow! I've failed that attempt. Well, this is probably the best place this can go. I'll put that there. Over here. Not over here. Not here. Not quite where I wanted it to go. I wanted to put cherry that would go down there and allow me to make... Oh, there we go. Okay. We're good. I got what I wanted. No, I'd have to pay money for the whale game, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's free. I also don't know if it's PC exclusive. Because, like, I chose to get, like, Suika game on my Switch instead of my PC just because it's, like, I feel like this is the type of thing I would rather just play on a whim. Like, you know, after work one day or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this game fits that nice niche of just, like, a way to, like, kind of kill some time real quick. And I feel like I do that more out and about than I do at home. So I guess I could technically, if it's a Steam game, I could technically put it onto my phone? I guess that's how that does work, because I have the ability to, like, you know, stream a game to my phone from Steam. Playing it on my PC remote. Alright, you merge. You... Good. There are free ones. Again, I don't know if there's any on the Switch. I feel like all the free ones are just going to be, like, the typical knockoff ones that, like, don't do it as well, but try to do it just to cash in type things. Down. You go down. I made all this space. Go down. Thank you. Everybody, stop what you're doing and merge real quick. Right, you go here, you go here. There. You... Sure, you... And those two can merge, and that's fine. Okay. Ooh, not bad. Let's focus on this side a little more. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright. No. Oh, okay. That's not bad. down there. Okay. Oh. Let things settle a bit. Surprised those grapes aren't moving. Oh no, don't slide down there. I had a good game going. And now I am in a bit of a pickle. A lot of things are sliding around. Don't like that. Oh, okay, go down. Go back down. Alright. Okay, slightly better. No! There it is. Got it. Alright, wow. Tastes like failure. I have a fin. Believe it or not, he is perfect right now. Like slowly set him down. He's like rub on arm. I have to not move my microphone, sir. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just pick a spot and settle. Pick a spot and settle. Pick a spot. Pick a spot and settle. There you go. Nope. You almost had it. Okay. I think he has picked a spot and settled. No way. Don't change my rankings. Oh my god, what? How do you get to 10,000 points? That can't be real. That can't be real. Ow. Overall, I am currently in 43rd place in my run. I've done 43 runs? That has to be my worst current score type thing. It's like, how have I done 43 games of this? I don't believe that. I disagree. Oh. If I didn't have Finn smashing his face into my controller every few seconds, I might be doing that. Hey. Hi. Hello. I know you're so happy to see me. The person who's been here all day this whole time. I know, you're so happy. You are drooling down the length of my arm. Could you not? Could you choose less saliva and more, I don't know, normal? I didn't even know I could do that. Oh, that's my skin, sir. Okay. How am I in 21st place? What? Wait. So I was in 43rd of just me. But now that I'm at a score of 324, I am in 21st place? I am so confused. I'm gonna have to look at what the whole rank is. Ow. Oh no, here I am. I'm still in 43rd. I was looking at monthly, and I've done 21 this month. That's the difference. Ow. That's my skin. Hey, don't bite my arm. I see you. You're not very sneaky with it. You just suddenly lunge. I see you. I see you try to lunge. He's just on my lap, slowly trying to get to biteable skin. Just like stepped one leg over my arm and then like straddled it as he stood up. What are you doing? Ow. Don't do that. Hey, goodbye. He's leaving now. Not biteable. Now you get to deal with his lovies. Oh my god, everything is exploding. Well. Also, I just recently learned... So I'd seen that this was a thing. I thought very little of it until more recently. But I saw that there was a patch to Heroes of the Storm out of the blue. Which is... If you didn't know, is basically it's a dead game. Like, it's no longer being heavily supported by Activision Blizzard. Which made me sad, because it literally is my favorite Blizzard game of all time. And, like, my favorite MOBA of all time. But, like, so, like, they released a patch recently. And everyone was, like, surprised. And I thought people were, like, just overblowing it and going, like, oh my god. Because I thought it was just like, oh, here's some, like, big bug that was caught, that got fixed. type thing, like, you know, the type of stuff you see out of the blue on a game that came out years ago, you know. But apparently it was like a pretty patchy patch. Like it had some bug fixes, but it also had some like quality of life changes and stuff like that. It had some like, it was crazy. I'm sitting there like, okay, this is actually a lot of stuff for them to put into effectively a dead game. So I kind of see where people were coming from with the like, oh my god, is it back? Are we back? But you know, given that it got a patch, I might honestly, just to celebrate the fact that the game isn't 100% dead, just 90%. I might do Heroes of the Storm stream sometime, just to play the game for the first time in so long. It's one of those games that, like, after they stopped, like, once they announced they were going to stop updating it, I kind of stopped playing. Because, well, like, I don't know. It's like it took away some of the joy in playing, just knowing that the game was basically dead, not to be updated heavily anymore. I stopped playing and just kind of went and played other things instead. No. I'm just gonna leave it on this. But yeah, so like, I don't know, I might stream it again, just out of the blue, one of these days. Again, I'm not gonna be streaming next week. Actually, I'm cutting the stream short a little bit just to get more done today. I would have gone for like an hour and a half, but I'm just gonna go for at least an hour. So I'm not gonna do another game. I'm just gonna vibe now and chat a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think at some point in the near-ish future, I might do a Heroes of the Storm stream just out of the blue. I'm gonna have to get the logo again. I haven't needed it in so long. I don't know if I have it. Oh man, like that Heroes of the Storm probably, I would say it is where most of my experience with a lot of Blizzard characters came from. Like, I didn't play WoW, I didn't play the Warcraft games, I didn't play Diablo, I played StarCraft, and then that was it. That was what got me into Heroes of the Storm. Was like, I knew some of the WoW characters, I knew some of the Diablo ones. Like, I obviously knew who Diablo was, but I was there because I was like, oh man, they got StarCraft characters. So I was like, I gotta play it. And I loved it. And then like Overwatch came out, and I started playing Overwatch, and then they started releasing Overwatch characters in Heroes of the Storm. And I never played a ton of them, but like I think it's kind of funny. When I was in college, I joined the college's Overwatch team in its founding year, which was like my final full year on campus. So it was the only year I was involved directly with the team. But when we first were planning to make like an official esports organization on campus, what we were thinking of talking about as sort of like a big gateway one was the Heroes of the Storm collegiate tournament. And we had like a few people who played Heroes of the Storm. So like that was what was going to be one of the initial pitches. It was going to be like Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch, and like a few other things like League of Legends and stuff like that. But Heroes of the Dorm ended up not happening. That was the first year that it was done, that the tournament ended. So we never even got to make that pitch. and instead we just went exclusively to Overwatch to start. And I think now they have Valorant, they have League, they have Rocket League. Like they have like a collection of teams now. But when it first started, it was just Overwatch, and so that was what I ended up playing, and I somehow got onto the team. But I was going to be playing Heroes of the Storm on the team initially. That was what I was intending to go and do before we even formed the organization formally. Like I love that game so much. I still I don't wear it often, but I still have like the Master Skin Nazebo shirt that they made for the game. Let's see if I can find that. Pull it up on stream real quick. Yeah. Gonna save that as temp. Chat's borked. Sorry, I'm gonna have to replace you with temp. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, like this is the shirt. That's good. Yeah, so like that's the shirt that I got. It's like the only piece of like video game merch that I've actively like gone out of my way to buy, clothing wise. Because he was my main. And I would use, I didn't use that version of the skin though. Oh, that's right, they changed the master skin names. So this is the one, because I'm an edgy boy. The Ashen Hellflame Nazebo is what they ended up naming it. Because in Heroes 2.0, they like basically they added loot boxes and split the 3 colors, because every skin had 3 colors in the game. And so like owning a character would get you the default skin plus its default skin colors, so you had 3 versions of default skin. In Heroes 2.0, to add more things to fluff the loot boxes with, they split the 3 colors into 3 separately named versions of the skin. And then put them into loot boxes, which meant that every skin that was originally just called like Master whatever, and was just unlocked by, you literally unlocked it by, you had to get the character to level 10, which was a long process, and then you had to use in-game currency to buy it. You could not pay money for it. You could not pay money to level your characters. Like, it was just, you had to earn it by playing that character a ton. So like if you saw someone with a master skin, you knew they were good. Like, it was a symbol of status and probably skill. Like, I suppose someone could play a character for like, 500 games and suck, but usually if someone got like the master skin, you were like, oh, they're good, they know what they're doing. So yeah, but yeah, I played Nazebo so much. He was my favorite character. I played a set that was considered non-meta, and I stomped people with it anyways, a lot of the time. I was very good on Nazebo. I haven't, like, it was funny, like, before the patch, I was like, I hadn't even really thought much about, like, I'd see Heroes of the Storm's logo when I'd look at Battle.net and be like, oh, I remember the good days, good old days playing that game. But honestly, knowing that the game has been like updated and could potentially, honestly, if they revive it out of the blue, like update, make Heroes 3.0, like Heroes of the Storm 3.0, as like a major overhaul, kind of doing an Overwatch 2 to the game where it's just like, oh, we just updated it and changed the number. Now you have, it's a new game basically. If they did that, revamped the engine a little bit, made it look prettier, added a handful of new characters, and just overall revived the game, I would 100% be all in on that. Like, if it's probably the only game that if they had a battle pass, I would consistently get it. Like Overwatch, I get it when they have a new character. I would probably do it a lot more for Heroes of the Storm. I like that game a lot. But yeah, anyways, I've spent the last 10 minutes talking about not Suika game and playing not Suika game. So I'm probably gonna just wrap it up here in a bit. I will not be back this Wednesday streaming or this coming Saturday, but I will be probably back the following Wednesday, probably. So yeah, I'll let you all know, but I don't know what my plans are for it. I'm gonna try to do the like pro streamer strat of knowing what I'm playing in advance, like having like a schedule for the week type thing already sorted out, you know. I'm I'm gonna experiment with being a good streamer and doing that potentially. I've been shakier on doing that more, but I think I could probably, it would probably be best for me to do that. So yeah, I will be back sometime in the week after next, and I will be doing more streaming. If you follow me on social media and stuff, you might see I have a sprite at the ready, like I have a sketch done. I'm not gonna show it too much. Yeah. No, hi, you can't see, you can see nothing visible there. I have a sprite planned in the Fake Mon challenge, so I'm gonna do that at some point over the next week, hopefully. If I can find some time, I will. But yeah. So if you follow me on social media, you're gonna see that at some point, maybe, if I do it. Yeah. So thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way is cool with me as long as you had some fun. That said, I'm gonna go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. Thank you so much. Goodbye.